This time, we look at the processing speed of iClone 7. Just some very basic tasks. I bought a new Dell XPS desktop with 1 TB solid-state disk as the system and where iClone and its projects was installed and stored. It has an Intel 10th generation i9 processor CPU, model 10900K, at 3.7 GHz speed, 64 GB of RAM. Display card is GeForce RTX 2060, with 6 GB of GDDR6 RAM. The cost is $2,000. It is not the very top of the line, but I think it should be very fast. Since I do not have other animation programs, there is no way to compare. It is just a report. First, let us do task 1, that is open iClone 7, version 7.9. Before doing that, I did clear out all temporary files of the system. The way to do that is first to close all applications, including iClone 7. Then, type %temp% in the search box of the taskbar, which is usually at the left-hand side bottom, next to the window icon. It will show all the temporary files and folders. Delete all of them that are not being used and locked by the system. Then go to C, Windows Temp and do the same thing. Because I have done the procedure and therefore not too many files are shown. Then reboot the computer. Now load iClone 7. And use a stopwatch to see how long it will take. The time of loading iClone 7 depends on how many plugins you have installed. Now, the computer has rebooted. We will load iClone 7. Before that, we start a stopwatch utility of Windows 10 to measure how long it will take. Click window icon and go to alarm and clock. Choose stopwatch option. Now open iClone 7 and start the stopwatch counting. The time of loading iClone 7 appears to be different from time to time. It may depend on whether it has been opened previously. It can be as long as 50 seconds with a computer after recovery. That is, iClone 7 has never been loaded. It definitely depends on how many plugins you have installed. You can see every plugin takes different time to load into iClone. Furthermore, it might be affected by how many temporary and junk files in your system. That is why we have to clear them out at the very beginning. It may be a good practice to do that once the computer needs to use too much time to load. Read the stopwatch to find out how much it takes this time. Usually, it is under 35 seconds. Now let us see what loading time is needed to load a project I did. It has quite many objects, and you can read the number of triangles it contains. From File Explorer, we see that it is around 0.9 million kilobytes. Before opening the project, we have to reset the stopwatch. By the end of the loading process, read the stopwatch to see how much time is used and what is the number of triangles it contains. Two sections take very long time to finish. One is at 75%, an unknown task takes 40 seconds to finish. and it instantly steps into saving and do and redo data, taking another 26 seconds. Respectively, they occupy 42% and 22% of the whole loading time, which is 95 seconds. This trial has the shortest loading time I can get. Also note that we used quick preview mode, which means it will take less time to render. Especially strange is the part of saving and do and redo data. Once the project is fully loaded, there is nothing to redo or undo. The 26 seconds used seems to be used to create some temporary files which are empty. Now we test another thing, which to my common sense, should be very quick. On the contrary, it takes a lot of time to finish. The task is to delete standard actor Heidi from the scene. The first trial is when the screen shows everything of the project, around 3 million triangles. You will see it takes 18 seconds to finish that. It is hard to believe it takes so long, and there is even a blackout period of the screen. Now we will do undo to regain Heidi into the scene. Same, it takes almost the same 18 seconds to do. Initially, we think the program may re-render everything in the screen and so takes a long time. So, we select Heidi, and magnify her only to show her and a very limited part of the other objects. And we repeat the deletion and undo actions. But it still takes a very long time to do. Both the delete and the undo take 17 seconds to do. It looks like it is independent of the rendering process. It is almost like iClone 7 is rearranging or rewriting every objects. This is pending iClone technical support to explain and see whether some procedure can improve.